everybody, this is the Wikstrand. So the movie of today is a true early 80s classic, Southern Comfort. The only thing I really don't like about this movie is the fact that it could have been called something else than Southern Comfort. It is a weird, dumb, clumsy title because there is so many, cool titles this movie could have had. But nevertheless, it is a true classic and it is Walter Hill's best directorial effort of all time. Let's take a look at what it is about and why it is so good, shall we? This is Southern Comfort. The National Guard is having an annual big training exercise camp kind of a thing. It is Louisiana, it's 1973, and we have 9 members of the National Guard who is, patrolling in the bayou and stuff like that. And some of them are, making fun and ridicules the locals. Look how stupid these rednecks are, etc., etc. The thing is that they're not taking this very serious, except for their fearless leader, who may take this a little too serious, and that's gonna come to bite them in the ass in a little while. Because they find themselves on the wrong side of a river. But hey, there are some boats over there. We can borrow them and, just get across to the other side. But that's somebody else's boat, somebody argues. Well, we'll put a sign on them, a little note that says, hey, we borrowed your boats and stuff like that. But when they are about to take the boat to the other side, the hunter-trapper Cajun people who, own these boats shows up, and what do they see? And these people basically sees, hey, there's a bunch of assholes who are stealing our boats. And they're like, hey, you're stealing our boats, asshole. And then one of these idiots gets the bright idea to scare the hunter-trapper Cajun people a little bit and fires at them with blanks. But that does not sit very well with these people, because they return with live ammunition and starts blasting them because, well, they didn't know that they were been fired with blanks. They thought they were fired with, real ammunition, and they kill leader of the squadron. So now the rest of them is leaderless, and they are, in a place they don't know that much about. They have none of the advantage. They don't know the terrain. They don't know, exactly where they are because they were lost. They have pissed off Cajun trapper hunters hunting them in the bayou, and they have all the local knowledge. They have no local knowledge. They don't know where they are, and they're being hunted by people with all the advantages. So are they gonna get out of here alive? Who can they trust? And can they get back to civilization, and at what cost? The thing I really love about this movie is how flawed the characters are. There are no people here who are really bad guys or good guys. This was a misunderstanding that escalated very quickly, as Roy Burgundy would probably say. And we find ourselves in this very raw, scary, and intense situation. And I love how unpredictable this movie is, and I love the fact that we don't know, is this person going to help us, or is this person going to betray us? Is this one of the good Cajun people or one of the bad Cajun people? I really love the fact that we feel that we really are in Louisiana in 1973. This movie takes a lot of twists and turns, and things we don't think are going to be important becomes important later on. The pace is great, the violence is great, the intensity of this movie is great, but what is the best thing about this movie? The ending. The ending of this movie is the perfect ending. It is one of these heart-stoppingly good endings that we don't get today, and I can't understand why they don't do it more than they do, because this is just such a perfect ending and I love it so much. If you've never seen Southern Comfort, I think this is one of the best early 80s action movies that has been made. It's not, a classical action movie with shootouts, gunfights and, hand-to-hand combat in that sense. It is more of a thriller with action elements to it, but the sequences, involving intense sequences and gun violence and stuff like that, it feels real, it feels raw, and it feels authentic, and I love it. If you necessarily want to compare them, Deliverance or Southern Comfort, for my money, it is Southern Comfort who is the superior movie of the two, but maybe I'm wrong. One of the few things I would have liked to see in this movie is maybe some classical character actors that could have you know, elevated the characters even more. A Nick Nolte, a Tommy Lee Jones, or, you know, something like that. But these guys may be a little bit too anonymous for me, but maybe I'm just complaining at this point. This is a fucking great movie. Intensity, authenticity and raw suspense. Southern Comfort is a perfect mix of several things I really enjoy. I give this movie 84 points. This is a super classic early 80s movie and I love it. I was going to do a jump off, but I'm stuck in the mud, so I can't get anywhere. But I'll see you next time from so-and-so reviewing, well, such and such. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.